Hi guys, Stephen Edwards from Grow Accountants, formerly CTA. A bit of a long story, that one. So in the Profit First Club this week, I want to do things slightly differently. I want to start going a little bit deeper on certain topics rather than kind of spreading a few topics and just covering those points in a more kind of shallow-like manner. But I'm really open to feedback. If any of you guys want me to dive into certain areas of profit first or business or finance, please let me know. For clients watching this, if you are a client of Grow, formerly CTA, then the good news is we are going to be doing a live Q&A session at least once a month, probably more likely to be twice a month, sort of bi-weekly, where you can dip in, ask me loads of questions, and we can really sort of get into the nitty-gritty. So there's a couple of topics I want to talk about today. So one of them is the difference between a cost in your business to an investment. And I want you to really think about this because a lot of us think about investments in monetary terms. We think of investments in terms of the stock market, or investing in gold, or investing in a business, or investing in a property, or whatever it is. But there could be different types of investment. Okay. And I'm going to give you a practical example to really highlight this particular point. So profit first is not just about cost cutting. If you know a little bit about profit first, but you're not implementing it, you might think it's just about cost cutting. You might think all I can do is cut my expenses, and there's an element of that that's true. It does help to cut your expenses. However, we want to cut the fat and not the muscle. So every year in my business, one of our biggest expenses is one of our main software providers. It's our practice management system to run the business, manage all the work, and it's a significant amount of money. It's kind of around, I don't know, around £1,000 a month, that sort of ballpark, what we invest in this particular software. But we also need add-on bits of software that cost hundreds of pounds as well. So every year I'm like, is this still the best option? Sometimes we can just look at the money, the cost, the cash flow that's going out. And I went on a big kind of review for exercise that I've pretty much been doing every year for the last few years. And I was adamant I was probably going to move to a different provider because I figured out I could save the best part of £10,000 a year moving to a different software provider. And there's some really good options out there, alternatives. Lots of other accountants are using them. But then I really went deep into these other alternatives and I started realizing what we would miss. I started realizing all the features that they haven't got. So I started understanding why the one we use costs so much because of all these extra features. And I kind of figured out that we're going to be losing hours every month across the team, got around a dozen team members in total, and we're going to lose dozens of hours. And actually, what I figured out was the cost to the business in lost time was anything between £2,500 a month to maybe £5,000 a month. So all of a sudden, the £1,000 or the maybe £800, £10,000 a year saving was not really a saving. It might have seemed to be a saving. It was a saving in cash terms there and then, but there was all the indirect costs associated with moving software, let alone the transition and the hassle. So I want you to think in your business, what's an investment, what's a cost? And you need to be able to get clear on that investment now. You need to be able to say, this is an investment because of X, Y, and Z. You need to maybe get clear criteria what an investment means for you. Is it time? Is it peace of mind? For example, if it doesn't have to be business time, it might be saving you time as the owner to spend with your family. I mean, what price do you put on spending time with your family on the weekends and not working evenings? So it depends what it means for you, but what's the investment we're getting back with that? The same with team members. Team members are not a cost. Team members are an investment. They should be helping you grow your business. So really, when you go through your expenses and you categorize them, when we work with clients with Profit First, on a fairly regular basis, we sort of help them look at their expenses and is it a cost? Is it a must-have? Is it a nice-to-have? Or is it an investment? And we really need to get clear on those different expenses. That's one of the areas I wanted to share with you today. The other one is around profitability. So yes, Profit First is to some extent about cost cutting. I'm not going to go deep into the system in today's video. I'm assuming a lot of you are familiar with Profit First. But essentially what we're talking about is putting money into pots. We're talking about making things out of sight, out of mind, because the more we the more supply there is, Parkinson's law says, the more we will consume, the more the demand will be. If you've been at Christmas, most of us probably ate more food because there's more food around. And that's in simple terms how profit first and works. But at some point, you can only squeeze expenses so far. And it's a matter of you start asking the question at some point in your business, the people we've been working with for over a year, sometimes it happens sooner, is this the right model? You start asking better questions. Is this the right model, the right business structure for you and your business to give you the income, the profit, the lifestyle that you deserve and you want as a business owner? And Profit really puts the light on this. Is this model working? Yes, your business might not be broken, but you might hit a ceiling with your current model. And what Profit First does for a lot of people, the kind of one of the more advanced elements, is it helps you really think more strategically to say, how could I? What if I? Should I? Let's explore. What if we had this model? What if we dropped this particular division that's not really making us any money? You know, it might be, McDonald's. And I'm a big fan of the founder, the film about Ray Kroc and McDonald's, and they realized, the McDonald's brothers, that they ditched. They probably had a dozen things on their menu originally, and they realized that fries, Coca-Cola, and hamburgers accounted for over 2/3 of their sales. Is there something in your business where things you need to let go? I talked last year about sometimes we need to let go of things. We need to trim the rose bush so it can really sort of flourish. And you might not be, thinking this way in your business at the moment, but it's one of the long-term benefits of Profit First. But really, what I want to take away, whether using Profit First or not, is your current model the model to give you the lifestyle you need and the profits you need in business? If not, what do you need to change? What do you need to optimize? So that's really the two deeper topics I wanted to share with you today. Any questions, guys, just give me a shout as always. Thank you and have a great week.